Prologue. Mother. We swam the surface, and so well the depths. Rauch's beloved, that's what we were. Now from endless wounds, anguish seeps, ruling vast blues. Rauch sent the bloodless, now arrogance we rue. We thought ourselves apex, Rauch thought us wrong. She paced herself. Too many lives are on the line for haste. A mother's responsibilities are endless and grow heavier with every minute. Theirs is no different. The great blue is so far behind now, such a vast distance, and even now the mother could hear the rumbling. Her tremble had entrusted the future of their blood to her. Yuunagi never abandons their young. Eggs are sacred and meant to be cherished. Even in times of necessity and desperation, the parting is a time of aches. Passing through the shallows and the empty blues, the rumbling grows further and further away until the trills turn silent. The mother had no time to reflect, fear, doubt, or mourn. Her duty is set in stone. 10 eggs, dozens of potential young to be born from them. A new generation. A better one. The foreache is agonizing, but press forward she must. Careful to avoid anything that can make a hunt out of her, the mother was soon at her destination, the innermost shallows of the barren dry. 3 more. She would finally be at the nesting grounds after 3 more narrows. As the eye in the sky lowered beyond the horizon, the mother's body ached. Her bones ached and her muscles screamed for a respite. The light faded slowly. Weariness washed over the mother like a tidal wave. Slowly sinking to the bottom, her body wishing nothing more than rest, the mother felt relief. Closing her eyes, she fell into a shallow slumber. The comforting dark enveloped her and provided her the means to forget. Briefly, she was permitted to forget the rumbling and the trills of horror. It would not last. Her fears manifested in the fore of her mind before long. Terror, rumbling, blood, death. The mother's foreache returned in full. "Rauch, why do you punish me so?" she lamented, uncertain if her words were in her mind or her thrum. "Conflict is a crucible." Thoughts resonated back to her. "Hubris is answered with humility. Humility is answered with love. Love is the source of reverence. Conflict births it all." The mother wished to escape, flee from the otherworldly Trill. Opening her eyes and flexing her fins, she prepared to retreat from this wretched place. And then, only then, did she understand why she suffered. Only then could she comprehend it. Conflict is here. Staring up, there, the sight she had hoped to leave behind her. There swam the cannibal, its bristles shimmering in the duality of Thrum's glare. A mother tired is ill-equipped to fight, but never unwilling. "Begone, wretch!" she trilled with a jolting intensity. "These blues are mine, and I will not suffer your indignation here." "Suffer my you will. My new birth needs mot. Mot! You mot! Give mot!" shrieked the cannibal before darting towards the mother. A new rumbling would now echo in the night, but not one of predator and prey, nor one of competing hunters. Something far more devastating. That of 2 mothers who wished the best for their own. The desperate mothers would stop at nothing. The cannibal gleefully ripped and tore into the drained mother, claws slicing through scale and flesh. With a lashing of tails and the trills of agony, the mother spun to shake off her heinous adversary. In her effort, successful as it may have been, a mouthful had been torn out of her. She could taste her own blood in the waters. She could see her pure essence mingle with the results of the cannibal's wounds. Rearing claws and baring fangs, the mother did not relent. There was never any reasoning with cannibals. Even as it hurt to kill a Yuunagi, there was no alternative. This fiend would see their line's end. To destroy the coming school, the successes of their legacies, but not on her watch. The two wounded mothers glared at one another. Their eyes revealed the hatred, pain, and mutual agreement of purpose shared between them. Even so, there was a clear distinction between them. The mother fought out of love. The cannibal knew no such thing. This was more than a hunt now. It was a vendetta for causing it pain. Charging ahead, the two mothers, so similar yet whole blues apart, were to decide their fates now. A final clash to determine it all. The pain was too much now. She could feel the light of her being flicker. There was no safety here. A mere narrow moor had she drifted by, and it was not enough. Alas, it had to be. The mother had no strength left to bear. These waters, unsafe, treacherous. Lesser beings could eat what would come. The shallow might turn barren. The Manna might retreat. Too many uncertainties. No certainties left to be found. So little hope, but it was all she had now. Her ruminal had been cut. 3 eggs are now lost. 7 left to tend to. Swimming to the rocky side of the shallows, the mother began her work. Strong arms and sharp claws aided her in the mission. Removing rock and stone, clawing into the muck behind, she tore up a hole, wide and deep. Covering the wound, with a trembling growl, she belched out the eggs she had protected. There wasn't much left for her to do now. Shuffling a thin layer of mud and mire over, she curled herself in the way of the entrance. Even as a hollow would she defend her charge. Only one thing left to do now. Her thrum reverberated in the blues. The charm had begun. Their legacy and dreams, their hopes and wishes, she would impart it all to her children. With this song of hope would she too grant the young their names. She was young, too young to have found a true mate. These eggs were not hers. She would lament the sorrow of never having the chance. But no. Her mind was still and her heart warm. She had done everything she could. Here she would lie. Here she would stay, defending these unborns well past her last. That is her sacrifice. That is her tribute. That is her love made flesh. What else could be asked of a mother? The thought soothes her. It eases her in as she hears her innermost name resonate in someone else's thrum. With a final beat, her song ends, the blues turn dark, and all that awaits her now is the reckoning. With a final trill of love and encouragement was her time spent.